But yeah, I thought we'd just start with just a little kind of meditation slash breathing, just to kind of slow down the whole system and just get into, I guess, just a more calm body, mind kind of thing. If you're up for it.
Good to me.
Yeah. All right. So we can just start by doing like 3 deep breaths in, followed by like a quicker breath out. Just to, you can have your eyes closed or open, like whatever you feel like. You can breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly breathe in. Quick breath out. Slowly breathe in. Quick breath out. And just keep breathing slowly in your own rhythm. Just notice how the breath is going in and out through the nose. Noticing the sensation of the warm air coming out and a little bit cooler air coming in. Maybe notice how the shoulders are dropping a little bit. Or your neck is relaxing a little bit more. Just feel how the whole body is slowly getting more relaxed. If you get caught up in any thoughts, just notice it and let your mind go back to focusing on the breath and the sensations in the body. We can slowly open our eyes. And just feel how the body is more relaxed. and ready to go into some slow warm up at first, and then we're going to speed it up a little bit before we quiet down a bit and get into the whole hip focus, and also a little bit lower back and kind of spine, just to kind of connect the dots a little bit. So we can. I can't hear you, but.
Oh, I just said that sounds perfect.
Oh, now I hear you fine. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's just get up and let's get started with some sun salutations. All right, okay. I can maybe, yeah, I think it's fine. The only thing, yeah, all right. So if you stand on the front of your mat, and then we're gonna be taking our hands all the way up, breathing in. And then we're going to be leaning a little bit backwards, just feeling how the chest open up. And then we're going all the way to the front, down in a forward bend. And we're just going to be hanging here for a bit, feeling how our neck can relax and our shoulders can relax completely. Trying to relax the hips as well. No need to push down. We're taking both hands to the ground. We're starting with the right foot all the way back. The right knee coming down to the mat. Opening up the chest, looking towards the front. Just taking some deep breaths here. You want some extra stretching in the groin, just lift up the knee a little bit and stand in a free position. Just breathe into the stretch. Let the left foot come back, coming into downward facing dog. It's okay to have a little bend in the knees here, and just let your chest come towards the ground. Your neck should be able to hang freely here and not use any energy. And then we're coming down with our knees and our chest and our chin to the floor. And then we're straightening out the body completely and coming into cobra, lifting our upper body up, mainly using the strength in the lower back to lift ourselves up. You can support a little bit with the hands. And just take a few breaths here as well. Coming back down. And we're going to push ourselves back into a downward facing dog. Little bit bent knees, chest towards the floor. Then we're coming with the left foot all the way to the front, right knee to the ground or a little bit above the ground if you want some extra stretching. Chest open and look towards the front.
right foot to the front as well, coming into a forward bend again. And then we can slowly start to come up all the way towards the top. And then coming a little bit back. And then hands towards the side again. We can just feel a little bit how our body is starting to warm up. Maybe the pulse starting to increase a little bit. We're going to do the same for the other side. We're starting with hands coming all the way up. Leaning a little bit back. And then coming all the way to the front into a forward bend.
What am I looking at in your background right now? Is that like a gorgeous lake?
Oh, it is a gorgeous ocean.
Holy shit. It was like,
Yeah.
I kept going back and forth. I'm like, the light's coming through, so it must be real, but it looks like a picture behind it.
Yeah, I was really disappointed when they didn't show earlier in the videos.
Holy
But, yeah, it's nice.
that is incredible, dude.
All right, so we can come down, hands to the floor, and then we're taking the left foot all the way back this time. Knee in the ground or have it a little bit above. And chest up and looking to the front. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Coming back with the right foot into downward facing dog. A little bit bent knees and chest towards the floor. You can also try to open up the shoulder blades a little bit to give more room for the neck to just relax. Coming down with the knees, chest and chin to the ground. Then we're straightening out the body, lifting up into cobra, mainly using the back as lifting muscles, supporting a little bit with the hands. Taking a few breaths. And we're coming back down. And then pushing ourselves back into downward facing dog. And we'll have the right foot coming all the way to the front. Left knee to the ground or a little bit above the ground. Open up the chest and look to the front. Just breathe into the stretching. The left foot is coming to the front. Back into a forward bend. Just feeling how our Neck and shoulders can relax completely in this position. And we're slowly coming towards the top. The hands in the air. Leaning a little bit back. Coming up to center and letting our hands fall slowly towards the ground. Shake loose a little bit. And then we'll be doing the same one more time, but a lot quicker now. We're starting with our hands coming all the way up. Leaning a little bit back before we go all the way to the front. Breathing out. And we're letting our right foot come all the way back. Right knee in the ground. Chest up, looking towards the front. Letting our left foot come back as well into downward facing dog. And we're letting our knees, chest, and chin come to the floor. And we're straightening out the body, lifting ourselves into cobra pose. We're coming back down, lifting ourselves back into downward facing dog. Then we're letting the left foot come all the way to the front, right knee in the ground, opening up the chest, looking towards the front. We're taking the right foot to the front, coming into the forward bend. And then we're coming all the way up to the top, hands in the air, and leaning a little bit back before we're coming to the center and letting our hands fall down. And we're going to do the other side quick as well. So hands up in the air. Leaning a little bit back. Coming all the way to the front in a forward bend. Both hands to the ground, left foot all the way back. Left knee to the ground. And chest open. And eyes towards the front. And we're coming back with the right foot as well into downward facing dog. And then we're letting our knees, chest, and chin come to the ground, straightening out the body, and lifting ourselves up into cobra. Coming down from the cobra, pushing ourselves back into downward facing dog again. And this time we'll let the right foot come all the way to the front, left knee to the ground or a little bit above. Open up the chest, eyes towards the front. We're letting our left foot come all the way to the front, coming into forward bend. And then we're lifting our whole body up, including our arms, all the way to the top. A little bit arched back, back to the center, and letting our hands come all the way down. All right. So we're a little bit warmed up in general. You feeling good?
Good, yeah.
All right, nice. So we're just basically gonna warm up like the feet a little bit just before we get down to the floor. So we can just start by doing a couple of squats with a little bit of width. Just to kind of get the movement around the hip area. Try to just keep your back straight there and go down. Just a couple. All right, that's perfect. We can do a couple of just lifts on each foot as well, just in a few different directions, a little bit to the front, a little bit to the side, just to kind of get some movement. Maybe hold up the foot a little bit and push it to the side a little bit. Just whatever feels good for your hip area. And then we're gonna come down to tabletop position, which is just on all four. So just stand with, yeah, perfect. And then we're gonna do a cat and cow pose. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but basically when we go up with our back, we go down with our head. And then we breathe out. And then we go down with our back and up with our head, and we breathe in. So down with the head, up with the back, breathe out. And then we go down with the back, up with the head, and breathe in. Down with the head, up with the back, and breathe out. And just keep going in this motion between the cat and cow pose. Just feel how the lower back and upper back is getting stretched here.
Yeah, on the cat, when the back's arched, I almost feel like flexing, like tucking my butt a little bit helps push it up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Think about that. Yeah.
All right. So then we can, from this same position, just start to go to like a neutral position with your back. And then we're basically gonna be moving our foot in kind of a circular motion. So we go straight out, and then we go back a little bit, and then kind of in over the other foot, and then down. So it's kind of a circular motion where we go out, and then a little bit back over the other foot, and then down. And just kind of feel how we're kind of opening up and warming up the feet or the thighs, I guess. And then we can do the other foot. So out and then back and then over the other foot and then a little bit in and down. Yeah. Just a sort of a circular motion here. All right, so we can come to a still stand with that one. So we're going to be going into a position called the frog. So I think I need to do it from the side here, just to show. So we're going to be just standing in a tabletop position first, just as we did. And then we're going to take our knees as far out as we can. So we get quite a wide knee stance. Yeah, perfect. And then we're gonna let our feet come out as well. And they should be pointing outwards. Yeah. And then we're gonna be pushing our body back a little bit. And then we're coming down. So just push kind of your butt towards the back as far as it's comfortable. And then we're coming down on our elbows. And we're just gonna be staying here for a little bit. And just breathe through whatever stretching you feel. Yeah, and just look down, preferably.
Yeah, definitely feel the groin. Like
Yeah.
It has not been this wide in a while.
It is quite intense. This one. And then we can come back up to our feet again. And we're just gonna let our feet come together for a little bit, coming into child pose. So we basically just take our feet together and then lay down on the ground, letting our hands come towards the front and letting our head fall down. Yeah, perfect. Just to get a little break. And it is possible to kind of wiggle a little bit back and forth there if you want to. And then we can come back up to the tabletop position. And we're going to do the frog pose one more time. So we start by taking the knees as far out as is comfortable. And then we're letting our feet come after and kind of pointing outwards. And then we're taking our upper body and pushing it back until we feel it's enough. And then we're going to be coming down on our elbows once more. Yeah, perfect. And just head down, just breathe into the stretch. So just kind of breathing in while focusing on the area. And then as we breathe out, we just feel how it kind of releases tension in that area.
Should it let it be like deepening into the stretch as you breathe out?
Yeah. Exactly. You feel it, or
yeah, it's kind of, I kind of just feel it constantly.
Yeah.
Nice. The breathing helps just kind of like hold it at least, you know, not
Yeah. All right, so we can come back up on our hands first, and then let our feet come back in. And we're going to be going back into child pose just a little bit more, just to get a little relaxation after this quite intense exercise.
I almost get stuck in that position.
Oh yeah, we don't want to do that. You doing good?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And it's also really useful to just keep breathing in the same manner, even if this position is quite comfortable.
Yeah, the reminders to breathe are always appreciated. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, same here. I'm kind of just reminding myself as well. All right, so we can slowly come back up from the child pose. We're going to be kind of moving our hips a little bit here. So we can start by having our feet just towards the front. And then we're going to take the right foot and let it meet in the middle between your feet. No rush. Just, yeah, perfect. And then we're taking the other foot and letting it come. I'm not sure if you see. Oh yeah, perfect, yeah. And then just have your back as kind of as straight as possible up here from the back. And we're going to be tilting kind of our pelvis, I think it's called, like basically our hip area a little bit back and forth. We can just hold our hands on our hips and just try to kind of move it a little bit forward and just tilt it a little bit back. So it might be a little bit difficult, but yeah, just make sure it doesn't hurt you in any way. It's a little bit difficult, but there are some really nice stretches going on in the hip area.
I feel like my hips feel like they're tilted almost, like they're angled this way. Should they be angled up, do you think?
Yeah, maybe ideally, maybe try to loosen kind of the foot a little bit. Let's just see if we can get a more straight position. Let me try something. Oh. Yeah.
I think it's like my back leg. Does that feel?
Yeah.
hard?
I'm also feeling quite tight there, so we can just we've done like a little bit now, and I'm not sure if you feel it at all or not, but let's just try the other side. Maybe we'll feel a little difference there. So just left foot in the middle, right foot behind.
Yeah, this side I feel a little more straight up and down.
Yeah, yeah. You can kind of feel the motion of kind of going back and forth with kind of the inner structure of the hips, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right, so we're going to be coming into, if you can just take your feet to the front again. And we're going to be coming into to work a little bit on the lower back. So we're going to be coming on our stomach into like a plank, or not a plank quite yet, but yeah. Just flat on your stomach. And then maybe just wiggle a little bit around the hip area just to kind of. All right. And then we're going to be laying flat on the floor. We're going to take our right hand down towards our feet and the left hand up over our head.
So left
So you
hand.
left hand like up towards just towards kind of the front. And then left hand straight to the front. The left hand over the head, kind of like this, and then right hand down. Perfect. And then we're going to be looking down, and then we're taking our right foot all the way up, or like lifting up our right foot, and then lifting up our left arm. And we're just going to be in this position for a bit. Just make sure you're looking towards the floor here. And then we can come back down, and we're going to be switching. So right hand up and left hand down. And then we're going to be lifting our right hand and our left foot. Just feel how the lower body or lower back is working here. And then coming down, and we can switch it up one more time. So left hand to the front, right hand down, and then we're going to be lifting up our right foot and our left arm. And then we're coming down again. And we're switching it last time with this one. So right hand up left hand down, and we're going to be lifting up our right hand and our left foot. And then we're coming down. And then we're going to be taking our right hand also down besides our body. So both hands coming down towards our sides. And then we're going to be, I'll just show it on the screen here first, so if you can have a look. So basically, I'm going to be taking both my hands in kind of like a fist and lay it kind of below, a little bit below the stomach area, just on the hips here. So I'm going to just show how it is laying down. So I'm coming back with the hands and then kind of making a fist and then pulling it under. So I'm kind of resting on those hips, and here it's possible to kind of find your position. And the end position here is to lift both feet towards the ceiling and just leave it there for a while. So the intention with the fist is to kind of help you find balance in this position. And then we're coming down again. So you can give that a try and just, yeah, I'll just have a look at the screen and see if it looks right.
Okay, sounds good. I think your microphone gets a little bit muffled when you're lying down. So it's.
All right.
But I think I heard pretty much all of it. So like putting it, it's kind of like below your pelvis bone.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, I guess on the pelvis bone, kind of. Yeah.
And then lifting your feet.
And then lifting the feet back. Yeah. So, yeah. Are you able to kind of lift from your kind of from the upper thighs area and then all the way up kind of in a straight motion? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Just try to keep the feet as straight as possible. And you can also try to adjust the hands a little bit just to see if you can get like a better support to lift you up with the feet.
And keep my legs straight.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. So the idea is to kind of feel it in the pelvis area, but also lower back kind of, which is mainly lifting up. All right. So we can just relax a little bit in the crocodile pose. So that's kind of with our feet coming out and pointing towards the sides, and then kind of laying on top of our hands with the forehead. So it's just a nice relaxation pose. Yeah, perfect. And then we can go into that same position one more time. So let our feet come together, our hands coming down on the side of the body, and going under again with a fist and just kind of lifting up our feet as straight as possible. And then coming down again. And we can push ourselves back into child pose from this position. And just feel how this is kind of an opposite pose from this one. And if you also want to, you can kind of go in a little bit into and just stretch your back a little bit back, and then maybe come back into child pose and relax for a little bit. All right, so from here, we can come back up again. And then we're going to be coming onto our backs, so all the way down. All right, so from here, we're gonna hug our knees. Just start by kind of laying this position, maybe moving your feet a little bit back and forth, or your knees. And just breathe there as well. And then from here, we're going to come into a position called happy baby. So we are going to be grabbing outside of our feet. So the feet just coming up in the air, grabbing on the outside of the feet, under them, and letting our feet come apart. And then we're just gonna lay with the feet here and just play around a little bit, going left, right, just moving around, just feeling how the hips are kind of being affected, opening up. So this is just a really chill and free pose where you can just feel how your hips are opening up a little bit. And as always, it's just nice to breathe slowly in and out. All right. We can let our feet go. Coming back down on the ground. And then we're going to do a little bit of a stretch on the spine. So we're taking our right foot up and our left foot straight out. And then we're taking our hands out towards the sides. And then we're simply letting the right foot fall over the left foot, and just let your whole body kind of join that motion as your knee is going towards the floor. Just with the foot still, like the foot still being on the ground. Yeah, exactly. And then just let the body fall over. That's perfect. And then just kind of adjust your upper body a little bit to just find a nice position. And it's not supposed to stretch very hard. You're just gonna feel like your spine is twisting a little bit there. And if you feel like you need some extra stretch, you can look towards the right hand. This is also a really nice position to do some deep breathing. Just feel how maybe your The lungs are filling up in a little bit of a different way than it usually does. And we're slowly coming back up. And we're going to be switching this position. So left foot up, right foot down, arms to the side still, and just let the left foot fall over the right foot, and just let your whole body kind of join that motion towards the right side. And it's possible to adjust the upper body a little bit. And for some extra stretch, you can look towards the left hand. And then just do some deep breathing here. We're coming back to the center. And we're just letting both our feet come to the ground. Just let the hands fall out to the side, coming into Shavasana, corpse pose, which is a position where we can relax completely. We're just going to be here for a while with our eyes closed, just letting our body relax. Slowly start to move our fingers and toes, or hands and feet, or arms, legs, whatever way you want. Move the whole body. Maybe you feel like stretching a little bit. And when you're ready, you roll over to the side. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, Slowly just getting back to the seated position. Oh. And there we are. Thank you for joining the class.
Thank you, Levi.